Liam Morley from Pivotal Labs, everyone.
Okay. And it's not showing it's supposed to be.
I knew this was going to happen.
How many technologists
If you want to.
I don't have it.
So, is it ready? Okay.
Hi everybody. My name is Liam, and I'm an engineer. Hi Liam. I like building things. I have for a long time. But sometimes building things is not always the answer. Sometimes when you're, especially in civic technology, we build a lot of things. We have so many more problems than we have answers for, and sometimes those answers aren't always the right answers. And so Albert Einstein was blamed for saying, if I had an hour to solve a problem, I'd spend 55 minutes thinking about it, and only 5 thinking about the solutions. Whoever actually said this actually probably had a point. We should spend less time building things, more time thinking about what it is to build. Now, this is not a talk about failing fast, like moving fast and breaking fast, or operating a fire extinguisher. None of those things. This is a talk about experimentation. So we're going to spend 3 minutes or 3 minutes and 50 seconds or so talking about means of discovering what we should be building, and thinking about those 55 minutes before we spend the 5 minutes building the thing. Because oftentimes we can learn a lot more in less time by building less, not more. Which is often a little counterintuitive, understood. First off, let's think a little bit about what our problem is. Oftentimes we need to think about what exactly our problem is before we start solving it. Because the last thing you want to do is subject somebody else to your biases. That's terrible. So the first thing you might want to do is actually talk to another human being, hopefully politely and with respect, unlike Triumph, the comic dog. Oftentimes it's the human beings, obviously, that you need to talk to that are going to give you the answers. And so one way of doing that sometimes is to actually perform a service for a human being. Don't even build any technology. Forget tech. Just do it for them and see how people react. Are you actually solving a problem for people? And if you can't solve it through human beings, is tech even going to do it? Another thing, so if I deploy an app to the App Store and nobody downloads it, did I really solve anybody's problem? So if my application doesn't do anything, my application has one job. Now, when you first build something, your job is not to build a scalable architecture. It's not even to deliver a delightful experience. Your first job, your only job when you first start, is to learn about your users. What delightful experience do they need? Oftentimes, you can do that still by putting a human in the loop. Oftentimes, we think of complex problems, and we need to validate whether or not those need complex solutions before we actually deliver something. This is going to take a second to load. Oftentimes we can build a fake product. And what I mean by this is I might put something out in front of you that doesn't even exist. Maybe a landing page that doesn't actually have real people. Zappos actually built something famous like this, as did Palm Pilot. He actually built not a paper prototype, sorry,